Hey, what's up? This is Shari and welcome back to my Dream Lab. And if it's your first time here, welcome to my Dream Lab. If you don't know, I'm a singer, songwriter, and a vocal coach, and I'm here to bring you a video today on how to sing runs. So what are runs? Runs are basically musical passages that require very little melodic changes and they go up or down the scale, and it can be like a bunch of notes. My favorite run is Mariah Carey's run at the beginning of Honey. She's my all-time favorite singer, and she knows how to place runs and execute them effortlessly. Okay, the run at the beginning of that song that she just goes, ah, right? And that's a bunch of runs. That's like do 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 do. So that's a 13-note run, but it's like one of my all-time favorite runs. All right, so let's talk about what makes a good run. One thing that makes a good run is having vocal agility, and basically what that is the ability of your voice to be flexible and move up and down your range quickly. We'll get into an exercise that's going to cover having vocal agility. The next thing is to have no tension when you're singing. Sometimes you'll see people singing runs and their chin will just be like, ah, hey. But for me personally, I really find that if I'm just nice and relaxed, just trying to let my voice do the work instead of my jaw getting involved, it comes out a lot nicer. Now, the next thing to think about is cleanliness. This is the third thing that I think makes a good run. So making sure that the notes are clean and clear, right? You don't want to be like, hey, 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 you know, hey, hey, instead of like, hey, right? So making sure that what you're doing is clean and clear. Now, this exercise that I'm going to give you right now is going to cover all of that. I want you to keep all of that in mind. This is going to help work on your vocal agility, and it's also going to help with making sure that, you know, keep in mind making sure that you're nice and tension-free when you're singing. And lastly, cleanliness, okay? So we're going to go E, ah, E, ah, and we're really going to try to just let our voice do the work. You know, try not to be like E, ah. You know, just don't let your mouth be bouncing up and down. Just really try to let your voice do the work and really try to get all the notes. E, ah, 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 E, ah. And eventually, in terms of agility, we're going to speed it up. So we're going to go. Here we go. E, ah, 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 E, ah. Right? So that is an exercise that covers vocal agility, making sure that you're nice and relaxed, and singing tension-free. Another fun way to work on your cleanliness and clarity when you're singing is to practice a bunch of different scales. So you may have heard of major, minor scales. Practice those scales all the way up and all the way down so that you'll have precision when you're singing those notes. One scale that is used very common when it comes to singing runs is the pentatonic scale. Do, re, mi, sol, la, sol, mi, re, do. Now, I like to use a different version of this scale. It's a different inversion, and I like to start on mi, re, do. I like to start on mi and go down. So I go mi, re, do, la, sol. So we're just gonna go down for this. We're just gonna go hey, right? Mi, re, do, la, sol. Hey, 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 hey. Now that can eventually turn into something else, right? So if we speed it up, it's like hey, 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 right? And we can turn it into like hey, you know, eventually. So we just have to get used to singing those notes, and then we'll be able to speed it up and change it and make it something totally different. So if it sounds kind of boring to start like hey, hey, don't worry, because it's going to get really fun once you really learn how to do the hey, right? Alright, so now that I've given you some things to do when it comes to singing runs, why don't we talk about how to learn a run? Now, the way that I learn runs is by listening to it and making sure that I know the notes. So you can do this by playing the notes out on a keyboard if you can do that, or if you know solfege, which is like singing la, sol, mi, re, do, right? If you know how to do that, do it that way. And just try to get used to what the melody of the run is and making sure you're accurate with how the run goes. So for instance, the Mariah Carey one. Ha, ha, la, sol, mi, re, right? La, sol, mi, re, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, mi. That's what that run sounds like. Ooh. So making sure you know exactly what those notes are. The next thing that you can do is to break it down into a couple of sections. So for this run, we could just start there. You know, and do that over and over until you have it. Now the next part, right? Alright, then add it all together. So, another thing you can do is to slow it down. So, change the rhythm of it. You know, change it up, learn it a bunch of different ways. I hope that was helpful. I hope you learned some useful tips about how to sing runs and how to learn a run. If you did, do me a favor and click that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please subscribe so you can get more videos like this. And don't forget to click that notification tab so you can be notified every time I put out a new video. Thank you so much for watching and for making me a part of your vocal journey. And I will see you on the next one. Until then, keep dreaming with your eyes wide open. Bye!